Every January, we celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and honor the memory of this civil rights pioneer who dared to dream. As we observe Martin Luther King Day, let us remember Dr. King's vision for equality, dignity, and respect for all human beings. We come together as a community in solidarity, appreciation, and reflection of how we are keeping Dr. King's ideals alive. These annual celebrations of Dr. King's legacy are important, not simply to reflect on the life and work of a great man who led a movement that moved this nation forward exponentially, not only to remember Dr. King and the civil rights movement for the work accomplished and for the fight against segregation, poverty, and war, not just to memorialize a man of God who was killed for what he stood for. Those are all good reasons to come together every year on and around Dr. King's birthday. But the real reason we celebrate this month is that the work that began in the civil rights movements of the 1950s and 60s is not yet finished. Disparity still exists between white and black indigenous people of color in terms of education levels, poverty levels, and opportunity levels. The disparities still exist and continue to grow between the poor and the wealthy, regardless of race. Equality of civil and economic rights has not yet been achieved for all Americans. Wellington prides itself on its reputation as a great hometown, a safe and welcoming place to live, work, and play for all its residents. As such, we are committed to transforming lives through education, programs, and community engagement. We are committed to expanding educational opportunities to students of all socioeconomic, religious, and racial backgrounds. We strive to provide our youth with experiences and opportunities that inspire and prepare them for the world in a manner that allows them to have access to a full and meaningful life. While many holidays are marked by celebration, giving gifts, parading, singing, and reminiscing, there is something about Dr. King's legacy that makes this holiday unique. How does one preserve the legacy of a man who once stated that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? We do this by celebrating Dr. King's birthday as a day on, not a day off. We do this by performing acts of service and community building across our communities. Those acts of service, those hours we spend together with our community partners and neighbors from all walks of life. These acts embody our celebration of Dr. King, and the alliances we forge or renew on this day knit together the fabric of this community and help bridge gaps among us. Wellington embraces and celebrates a diverse society this Martin Luther King Jr. Day and year-round. I invite you to join us in honoring the values Dr. King exemplified and remember his teachings of courage, truth, respect, integrity, humility, and service.